Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I hope everyone's had a mint Christmas. I've had quite a good Christmas as well. I'm sure, obviously talking to Dan's had quite a good Christmas. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos with the track battle and stuff. The views on the track battle aren't going too bad, but not quite as well as what we expect them to do. Some videos are killing it, some videos are slow burners, and we're just trying to kind of find our feet and see what people are like so we can feed you more of it. Most of it's positive feedback. Again, you've got the little bits of trolls, but generally we're quite happy with the way it's going. So obviously with Christmas in mind, it's freezing here this morning at the unit. But the Megs had quite a good Christmas as well. So I just want to kind of update you what's been happening. So in the last video, we spoke to Dan about lap times and the Fiesta and the Meg down Teesside, and we said we'd run it again. But after speaking to them, I've spoken to a couple of people, and I mean, if you're into Reynolds and stuff, the owners' pages on Facebook are massively helpful. So I spoke to some guys on there and just put a post up saying, listen, I'm building a budget track car. I don't like to be a beggar, but I'm looking for bargain parts. Can anybody help me out? What do people have? So me and Dan decided that we would do like a £500 uplift basically and add £500 worth of parts or modifications to the cars, and then we'd go again. So yeah, the Megs had a few presents this Christmas, been quite good. So after speaking to a couple of people, I have ended up getting a Miltech 3-inch D-Cat, 80 quid posted. I've got a Scorpion catback stainless system, 80 quid, again, posted. If you're into Reynolds stuff, obviously springs wise and lowering kits, Kook Sport springs for Reynolds are amazing. They're probably one of the best springs you can fit. I know H&R are pretty good and IBAC's pretty good, but Kook Sport are very good. They're up there. So I've got a set of Kook Sports again, 80 quid delivered. You know, I can't thank these guys enough on the Megane forum. They've helped me out. They've given me stuff cheaper than what they would normally sell it for. They didn't have to, so it's been a massive help. Also, a massive shout out to a gentleman called John Fossard. John Fossard basically does John Foss seat frames. To be fair, I've dealt with John before. He's a great guy, and for that reason, I kind of believed in him. I've always promoted him. So if anybody asked me, which I get quite a lot, where will I get the subframe to mount these seats, I always send business John's way, and it's nice to have something coming back the other way. So I spoke to John at Christmas. Obviously asked him how he'd been doing, spoke to him about the channel, told him what was going on, and he just said, listen, obviously I think a good turn's in order. Merry Christmas. So John actually donated me a subframe for the Megane, totally free of charge. You know, it's nice to have people do that. He didn't have to do that, and it was very good of them. So selling cars with me, I deal with all kinds of people, and honestly, the people and the sly things that I see kind of destroys my faith in humanity. I see some horrible things. So when somebody like John can do a good turn like that, it's a nice change. It's not something you see very often. So obviously big thanks to John for donating the subframe. So yeah, so we've got exhaust turbo back now, lowering springs, seat frame, and basically they came all in at 240 quid. So the 500 quid uplift, I've still got 260 left, and obviously I've pretty, not heavily modded, but I've modded the car pretty well. Our Lasses Brothers came up, so what I'll do is I'll drop off, and then the next video, the next clip that you'll see, will be basically the split that our Lasses Brothers built. So a big thumbs up to Chris Davies. Chris is a good guy, brother-in-law. He's really good with woodwork, measurements, cutting. He's a clever guy. We decided to build it like a time attack style splitter, if you like, something a bit more track orientated. We've templated out the plywood. Again, this is just off the cuff. We just literally jacked the plywood up to the front of the car, measured it all out, decided what we would be happy with dimensions, bolted it up to the chassis, kind of screwed it in the bumper for now, but it's going to bolt to the chassis so it's strong. So I'll show you what we've got on the splitter. So this is the split that we've ended up with. As you can see, obviously I've ducted the front of the car. In the previous track day, you'll see obviously I took the fog lights out. Don't get us wrong, the Brembo brakes on these Megs are pretty impressive anyway. They're a good stopper 4-pot, but obviously we've just put a bit more ducting in there to kind of streamline the air going through the bumper straight to the brakes to cool them. So that should prevent any sort of overheating or brake fade, if you like. But as you can see, the splitter, you know, it looks cool, but it's a very simple design. And it goes right underneath and bolts to the chassis. That one there is just a template, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some proper resin coated plywood, obviously a bit more repellent of rain if you like, so it'll wear a little bit better. So we're going to get that, use the template, cut it, and then obviously refit that. But yeah, I think it looks cool. What do you think? I think it looks alright, man. Just another little add-on. This cost a tenner. So obviously a friend of mine was breaking one of these, so we've getting a little ram air filter as well, a little intake. Sounds really nice on boost. Should get us a little bit of cold air, and obviously as you can see it is tucked away a little bit there, but what we've done is, you'll not see it, but underneath the battery, running up to the back of the filter as well, we've got some ducting from the front bumper, so it should feed cold air up into that filter. Again, just a little add-on, little modification, nothing over the top. It should give us a little bit of cold air in there. I'm at the back of the Meg now just to show you obviously what I've done with it. Over the Christmas period, unlike me, the Meg has lost some weight. I'm sure obviously if you've had a nice Christmas, we all overindulge. I know I have as well. Chocolate, sweets, dinners, you name it, I've ate it. So the Meg's not the only thing that needs to go on a diet. Obviously I'm guilty. I'm also going to be trying to cut down. We say we're stripping all these cars out and I'm just getting heavier. It's kind of defeating the object. But yeah, so we've took some stuff out the Meg. I'll keep this basic and just show you what we've done in the back. I haven't gone mental because I don't want to ruin the comfort of the car. I still want to use it on the road, and I still want to jump in it every once in a while if I want to go for a blast. I feel if you go too far with stripping these out, take all the carpets out, take the headcloth out, take the door cards out, the heaters, it kind of ruins the modern comforts of the car, which I still want to retain. So this is what we've done. Like I said, there's nothing mental. I'll just keep it basic in here. We just took all the back seats out, all the boot area. You'll be surprised at the weight that's been saved in here. Everything was quite heavy that I did take out of it, so it's a nice little save. And don't get us wrong, it isn't going to make a massive difference, but every little helps. There's me springs, me little bargain. Where's the Kook Sport emblem? If I can find it. There you go, Kook Sport. Cracking them. Normally a couple £100, so £80 for them. All we're going to do is in here, again, simple. We're just going to get rid of this driver's seat, put the John Fossard low-sitting seat frame in there, run a harness to the back. Might run a harness bar or half cage if I can get one, well, within budget. Just need to see how that goes. But yeah, you can see, obviously, I've kept it simple. I haven't went mental with it. I haven't ruined the car. We've just took a little bit of weight out the back. Yeah, so I haven't gone berserk. It didn't take long to strip out, to be fair. Literally about an hour and a couple hours saw the car stripped out, and then obviously we built the splitter at the same time as well. So not too demanding time wise, but yeah, it's really coming together, this little car now, and it should be very competitive. Like I found the last track day, I did find it like very sloppy. I found the handling was good, but it wasn't sharp enough. Obviously the springs and the tyres kind of weren't up to it. The chassis was wanting to roll a little bit, and the tyres were just literally breaking away. I was losing traction pretty quickly, to be fair. I would like to be in those corners now a little bit sharper, but obviously with the tyres it just couldn't really cope with it. So the Kook Sport springs that we've got are really good quality, so they should sharpen up the handling no end. They should be great. And tyres wise, the £260 that I've got left over off the £500 budget to mod it, sorry, I thought of some outside the edge of the door blown. Yeah, the remainder of the budget, £260, I should be able to get a set of like second-hand semi-slicks or Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, and they should work wonders for the car. So that might be the next move. I think tyres is... I'm going to have to buy tyres. There's no point in having power exhausts, lowering springs, if the car's just not going to grip. It's literally just going to piss time off lighting its tyres up. So it's going to be slow if you don't have the right tyres. I mean, if you're into track days, you'll know it doesn't take a genius to work it out. Tyres are massively important, so that might be the way the rest of the budget's going to go. Moving forward, these cars should be ready. Dan's just needs a bit of a battery. I don't know what he's doing with his. He's kept his cards pretty close to his chest about whether he's going to do it or not. I know there was a supercharger available for that Fiesta, which would make it phenomenal if he did make that move, and I think he can do that for under £500, so that'll be interesting to see if he makes that move. I'm pretty happy with the power of the Megane. Obviously, if you saw in the video, the morning session, the car was flying, so it's got ample power. And obviously, it'll be quicker if I can use more of that power, i.e. not spinning its wheels up or feeling loose in the corners. If I can tighten this car up, it'll be a tool on track. So that's my aim, basically. Obviously, as you know, Dan's got the RS4. We shot in a previous video. That video got over 60,000 views now, so people really like that video. So we thought we're basically gonna do a V8 shootout. I've got a V8 as well, which you haven't seen yet. I've got an E55 AMG V8 supercharged, the 479 horsepower from the factory, and that was 2003. And literally, it just laughs at modern day performance stuff like the 140i's, M3s, Golf R's. It just diminishes them all. So it's a right tool. So you might see those two cars together. Again, thanks for staying tuned. All the comments, positive and negative, you know, we take them on board. We do try and learn from stuff, but as far as YouTube goes, we're only in our very, very early days. So if you can keep liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, you know, it helps. And we plan big things from this channel. If this channel goes the way that me and Dan want it to go, we're going to bring you some crazy shit. If the channel makes money, it'll literally be spent on nothing but cars. It'll be stupid road trips, track cars, race cars, modifications. We'll just put it all back into the channel. So keep doing what you're doing. It's working for us, and we just want to, again, we are very, very thankful for that. So thanks, and stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly.